Welcome to Retirement Ramblings. I'm Scott, and today is day 337 in my countdown to retirement. So, today I'm going to just talk about dental health as it leads up to retirement. So, today I had a dental appointment. I used to go to Walmart Dental before Walmart shut down the service. I don't have dental insurance. So Walmart Dental was a super cost-effective solution for me. When they first opened, I could go in and get a cleaning, a review with the doctor, the dentist, and a full set of X-rays, all of which were electronic. But I could do that for $50 a visit, and then it over time it went up to 90. And when they finally shut down, it had gotten up to $120 a visit. And so I have type 2 diabetes, and as such, because I have, extra sugar in my bloodstream, basically that helps facilitate pretty rapid growth of bacteria in your mouth, which builds plaque along the gum line. And so you have to be really conscious of your oral health, which I am. And, I go and get my teeth cleaned a minimum of 3 times a year, sometimes 4. So I either go every 4 months or every 3 months, kind of just depending, on the situation. And, I spend a fair amount of time on oral hygiene. As my wife will, you know, confirm. So the doctors had told the dentist and dental hygienist had told me I should get, a water pick flosser. I should get a certain Oral-B spin brush. I got both of those. I use those religiously. I also use the little additive stuff that you can put into the water pick that is like a whitening solution, although quite honestly, I don't notice that much of a difference, but it is what it is. And then, I also have my own, I forget what you call them, but I'll just call it a pick that I can use to help scrape tartar off the teeth in between dental visits. And I usually do, my own scraping, if you will, like every other Sunday, just to make sure that I can keep the tartar buildup under control. Anyway, when Walmart shut down, I had to go and find another dentist. And, I looked around, and quite honestly, I was having a really hard time. The dental hygienist that I used to use at Walmart Dental, ended up going to a dentist about 18 miles away from where I live, which I could get to because of the road system getting between here and there. There isn't that much traffic. And so I could get there in about 30 minutes, which in the Atlanta metro area is pretty good to be able to get around like 18 miles in 30 minutes. So anyhow, she had gone there, highly recommended the dentist. The last cleaning I had at Walmart Dental was right before they closed, which was in June of last year. In August, so I was trying to get an appointment done so that, by no later than September, I would get my teeth cleaned. Well, in August, I was at one of our local barbecue places, Jim and Nick's, and at the end of the meal, I was eating something soft, and I bit down, and there was I guess a piece of corn that was in what I was eating, and for whatever reason, the way it hit my tooth, it ended up cracking the tooth in a certain way that they couldn't just, I'll say Bondo it or whatever. They couldn't just, put some kind of sealant on it to save the tooth. I got referred out to an oral surgeon. The oral surgeon had to do an extraction. That happened, and then it took me several months for it to heal. So I couldn't go back to the dentist to do the cleaning until after it healed up, taking me to today. So today I went in and, I got there just before noon, and I didn't end up leaving until going on 4 o'clock. When I went there, they did a comprehensive review of my oral health from, I had already forwarded them all my records. They had me do one of those uh, x-rays where the thing goes around your head so they get, your entire jawline and etc. Then they took more bite wing and other type x-rays than I've ever had in my life. Normally, I think you get like 8 bite wings or something when you sit down and they do an x-ray. I had like 14 x-rays. They did all the normal ones, and then they had this electronic thing that the lady had to keep holding, and another woman had to keep pushing the button so that, because she couldn't keep it in place, to be able to get all the views that the dentist wanted. But anyway, got all of that. And then this dentist spent about 45 minutes with me reviewing all the x-rays, reviewing with a special kind of camera, all of the different things that she was concerned about, talked through everything with me. We, put together a plan and basically indicated that I needed to get kind of a periodontal scaling, which is, other people call it a deep clean, but a periodontal scaling, and then a gingivitis flush to get myself back into the right position where then I can just have normal maintenance cleanings. So I agreed to do that, and I'll show you the bill here, but ended up costing me $1,501 today between everything that I had done. Um, the the hygienist that did the work did a great job. The only thing I will say is they numbed up every part of my gum line, my tongue, the back of my throat. I mean, the numbness spread all the way up to like the front of my nose. I couldn't feel anything, which conceptually is great, especially because you don't have any pain while they're doing the work. So that part's awesome. But the part that's not awesome is you also can't feel the saliva build up in the back of your mouth so that you could normally know, to indicate I need to have this drained or whatever. So the lady, was draining it in between what she was doing, but there was at least one point, actually more like 3 times, that it built up to the point where I ended up having a gag reflex, and I had to like put my hand up, stop her from what she was doing, and then I went into a coughing fit, and unfortunately, like, it was all over the floor on the left side of the chair that we ended up cleaning up later. But like, that was problematic, and then, I was drooling all over myself, so that was another not fun thing. So I end up, cleaning myself up after I had the process done, but certainly not something I looked forward to. So anyhow, got through that whole process. Really satisfied with the way my teeth looked when they were done, because I had, I'd looked at them, and especially the inside back of my front teeth. I drink an exorbitant amount of tea, so it stains my teeth. I don't drink coffee at all. In fact, I don't even like the smell of coffee. So instead, I end up drinking tea, and I might drink, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 cups of tea a day. Um, in addition to water and other things that I drink, but I do drink a considerable amount of tea, and as anyone that drinks tea knows, like the tannins in the tea, you know, discolor your teeth just like they do the cups that you have the tea in on the enamel. So, the fact that she was able to get him back to as white as she did, I was really pleased with. So I'm good with that. And so now my next appointment to go back is in May. So I've already got that booked for my maintenance appointment. But, I just wanted to kind of point out that, I certainly wasn't expecting that I was going to have a $1,500 dental bill. Like, I thought, a normal dental cleaning, I had called around beforehand, is like 100, well, in my area is about $160 if you're paying cash. And that was the other thing. This dental office charges just shy of 4%, 3.95%, if you decide to pay with a credit card, a debit card, anything other than ACH or a check, you're going to get an uplift. Well, I pretty much told the person that was going over the plan with me, like, I'd have to reschedule for a different day because, I wanted to use my HSA to pay for the dental work, and that's on a debit card, but I didn't want to pay 4% on top of, 1,500 bucks. That's just wasn't something I wanted to do. So I said I'd come back and I'd bring a checkbook and whatever. But then, you know, to accommodate me, they waived the fee so that I, ended up just paying the flat money. Was able to use my HSA to pay for it, which I, have been saving up for any kind of, medical or dental or vision kind of, usage. So at least I could pay for it with pre-tax dollars. So that part went good. But then I'll know in the future, to bring a check with me or something. So I can just pay for the cleanings and not have to pay, a 4%, markup on using, a credit or debit card. So anyway, that was interesting. And I had, from a retirement perspective, when I was looking at for my wife, were we going to go to Medicare Advantage or was she going to go to just regular Medicare? I was investigating, a variety of dental plans, vision plans, etc. The dental plans that I found were all reasonably inexpensive, but they were like, let's just say, under $50 a month, right? So you pay $600 for dental care or for dental insurance, but they generally pay either $1,200 or $1,500 max on anything you're doing. So like paying 50% upfront to save the other, didn't really make much sense to me, which is why I just pay cash for whatever it is, because on a normal year, we don't really have too many dental issues. So kind of that's been my logic. Anyway, that's my update for today. If you have any questions, or more importantly, comments, please leave them in the comment section down below or send me an email at myretirementramblings@gmail.com. Otherwise, have a great evening and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.